Hello, good afternoon. Barry Holmes here down at the Mini House of Pain. Just had a cracking morning's training, some good PTs. We started early doors with the Earlham Leisure Centre crew with a tough body pump. Everyone starting to perfect their technique, lifting heavier loads and looking really good, guys. So well done. Getting up at that time in the mornings, no easy feat. So congratulations for those that come regularly and keep the effort up for me. Then at 9:30 we did a really tough strength and conditioning workout, combining kettlebell work with bar work. Wow, them triceps, oh, how tough were they? And then the little bicep killers as well, with some really good back exercises thrown in, and some pretty decent weight lifted on those deadlifts as well, guys. So well done. The reason I'm on today is I want to just briefly talk about training, how much training we should be doing as individuals. Something that crops up question wise from a lot of my clients on a regular basis. How many sessions should I actually be doing each week? Everyone's different, of course. It depends on how the body reacts to the training effect, how much rest you might be getting, how well you're fueling the body, many factors. You look at the elite, for example, they train 6 days a week, twice a day, but half of the time when they're not training, the refueling, the resting. As everyday people, it's a bit more difficult to do that. We've got obviously work commitments, family ties, the pressures of everyday life. It's pretty tough to say, I'll start training like the elite train, because you're not going to get that resting. You're probably not going to be able to fuel yourself adequately. And it's finding that balance. And if you find the balance, things start to happen. The body begins to change. And if you don't get the balance right, nothing changes. Everything just stays the same. I've got a wonderful client. It's quite private. I've mentioned it, this particular person before. 17 kilos of weight they've now lost in just over a 12-month period. Fat percentages, obliterated. Muscle mass up. Look like a totally different person. Absolutely amazing. So keep it up, And the thing is about this particular client is that they're eating properly. They're not training too much. They're getting all the necessary macronutrients in. They're hydrating properly. And when they do that, the body changes and it just keeps on changing. But sometimes we can get into a bit of a rut. Sometimes you can be training your socks off. You think that you can be eating healthy and nothing changes. And I've got a client, and we've monitored this particular client's stats for a good long while. She's a wonderful lady. Her stats were very good anyway, if I'm honest with you. She didn't really need to lose much weight. Fat percentages could come down a little bit. Muscle mass could come up. But essentially, her stats were excellent anyway. In that upper quartile of statistics compared to all my clients over the last 7 or 8 years. So there wasn't much to shave off. But like anything else, they want to see better results. And yeah, no problem. Came down, did a nutritional session with me. Explained the importance of balancing things. This particular client's problem was that they love training. They eat, sleep, sweat, breathe, training. It's on their mind all the time. 2 sessions here, 2 sessions there, back-to-back sessions, 15 sessions a week. It's what they love, it's what they live for. But the problem with that is, when you do too much training, and you don't fuel adequately, you don't rest, you don't allow adaptation, you don't allow recovery, problems can be experienced from a body point of view. Yeah, you might get fitter, you might get stronger initially, but when you push yourself too hard all of the time, then we've got the injury problems. Another thing that needs to be considered. But anyway, I've got this particular client's stats here in front of me, and basically what was happening was they're training hard all the time, and the weight was fluctuating up and down. Fat percentages started to go upwards, not downwards, which is what we wanted. Muscle mass started to reduce. And I was like, listen, train less. Train less. And it will go the other way. Now, to tell somebody that, who loves training all the time, I've got the little routines going, it's a big ask, because it's in your mind. Train more, eat less, body will change. Don't work like that. Okay? And it took months and months of me hitting her with this message. Train less, eat more, things will change. And eventually, the penny dropped. And it's eventually kicked in that actually what this guy's saying is true. And she said to me, do you know something? When I'm training now, I can put so much more into my training. Dead right. Quality training over quantity. Body's recovering more. Feel stronger in the workouts. Body's changing. And that's what's happened to her. Okay. Her fat percentages now are up and down. Now they're lower than they've ever been. Her muscle mass is higher than it's ever been. And she lost a little bit of weight as well. More weight than she ever lost in the months and months and months of me continually saying, train less, eat more. Train less, eat more. So I'm going to sound you out, Rebecca. Well done, okay? Brilliant effort. Keep it going for me, matey. So going back to my original point, how much training should we be doing? Now, the American College of Sport and Medicine recommend that we should do between 5 and 7 sessions a week, okay? And between 20 and 60 minutes in duration. And that's about it. And if you put the quality in those 5 to 7 sessions, don't kill yourself in those workouts. Mix them up. Have as much variety in the workouts as you can. So if you do the classes, you come to Earlham Leisure Centre or you go to another gym, mix the classes up. Don't do the same class all the time. What's the point in that? Yeah, the body's an adaptive machine. You do the same thing every week, nothing's going to change. You're just going to plateau. Mix them up. Utilise rest days. Make sure you're fueling adequately. And your body shape will change. If you do 6 weeks of training, you go in the gym and you stand on one of these bioimpedance machines, yeah, and you get in there, you get your stats, you get your weight, you get your fat percentages, etc. And then in 6 weeks' time, you stand on and nothing's changed. You've wasted 6 weeks, haven't you? Really? From a body point of view, you want to see your body changing. If you're not changing and you've done 18 sessions a week for that 6 weeks, you know, and I don't lie, I've seen that happen, then the answer's got to be that you're not balancing training with eating and resting. And when you get it right, guys, you never look back. You'll enjoy training more. Your mind won't play games your mind won't play games with you. You know, you won't be thinking, I must go to that session. I must go to that session. You know, you won't get that. What you'll feel is you'll feel strong. You'll feel enthusiastic. You'll be more motivated in your workouts, and you'll feel so much better in your life. And if you struggle, come and see me, and I'll quite happily sort you out, just like I've sorted Rebecca out. It took time. Yeah, I've been pulling my hair out now and then, but eventually the penny dropped. So well done, mate, and well done to everybody that trains down at Earlham Leisure Centre, comes down to my PIO classes at Earlham Primary School, and all my PT guys. We've got 5 or 6 weeks now up until Christmas, you know, so we're going to carry on smashing it. Might have a few days off over Christmas to allow the body to reset, and then we hit January hard, guys. And don't forget, we've got the big challenge back this year. Okay, Total Warrior, we love it. Let's get the gang back in town and let's smash it. Barry Holmes, down at the Mini House of Pain. Saying see you next time.